Oh, hello. Peace in, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Zènōbïã, and I want to help you break free to see and be that person that you can dream to be. Today, I want to talk about the 5 top long-term empath self-care routines and practices that to implement is to help you to navigate and get stronger and secure this precious gift that you have so that you are able to bestow that gift upon the world when the time is right for you. So I think if you are here, you are very likely an empath or highly sensitive. Not being able to do this can compound what gets drained and gets difficult about having this sensitivity. But if you can learn these practices and hone in and strengthen these things and find the routines that are the best for you, then you will be able to, again, bestow that gift upon the world when it is best and right for you, when you are called to. So without further ado, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1. Let's just start with 1. 1. Trust that voice, that inner voice within you, your intuition, as some people call it. So there is those that maybe you sometimes maybe have you ever assumed something about someone and been wrong? See, so that's different. That's not necessarily an intuition there. There's a lot of things that could be in play with this. So I'm asking you as an empath, which if you're here, as somebody who's able to maybe hone in on which voice is speaking to you, but sometimes as somebody who is getting drained a lot, it's the one that you don't listen to enough. It's the one that maybe you prioritize another over yourself. When in fact, by being so sensitive and an empath, this gives you a very important voice and a very important view. And one, it would behoove yourself and all of us if you would begin to listen to. So if your voice is saying to not be somewhere anymore, or to go and do a different thing, or to focus somewhere else, go ahead and listen to that. Listen to that. Sometimes if I have a certain thought come in or intuition, I'll ask myself, where am I within myself when I had this? Was I feeling frustrated when this thought came in? Because maybe that then will be coming from a place of frustration. If I am feeling centered, if I'm tuned and I go into a situation, or if I'm feeling tuned and get an idea of what to do, then that's the intuition I want to follow. If I walk in feeling tuned and I get defibrillated, I absolutely choose to look for in myself where I can grow, what I can do, but also trust that there are other things that you are picking up from that you're going to want to clear yourself from. And the video I did before this about all the different ways in terms of sage or getting air, or these things that will help you to quickly remove that if and when you need to. But the practices that we're going to get into are the ones that are going to help you in the long term. Need to rely on those other ones less. Although self-care is still really important, so keep at it. All right. So number 2 is about building the practice of not taking on people's energy. So how do you do that? When do you do that? So there's this art, if you're able to listen and be there for somebody, be present, that's beautiful. When you begin to take on their energy, try to do something to recalibrate yourself. So if you have a stone in your pocket, if you have something, you can even tune, you can close your mind and be like, tune into that crystal on your nightstand, tune into just something for a minute, give yourself your breath, concentrate on what, if your foot is on the ground, if your hand, where your hand is, just concentrate on one particular sense, one particular thing, and leave that focus there for just a few breaths and retune. And try that in a moment. Now, if this is an incredibly stressful moment, you don't gotta do that to yourself. But I am saying here, you can develop a practice of how to keep yourself strong and centered and not take that on. Okay, so another key here, I'm going to say number 3 here would be say no, set boundaries. You have every right to say no, to set a boundary, to no longer want to do something, to not want to do something. It can be something small, something big. I'm not saying no shouldn't have to sound like an aggressive thing. It could be, no, I need some time to myself right now. I don't want to go, or you don't have to be direct either, but you can just say you get no to things. Say no to something if it is taking better care of you and is allowing you to get to what is important for you. Now, I'm not saying to never be in a place that feels slightly uncomfortable, because pushing into what is a little unknown for us is part of how we gain our strength and gain the ability to get better at it, to do things that were beyond that we could have thought we could have, or what we imagined ourselves capable of. So there's a line there between that. And another good way to sort of test that is maybe along sort of, is my ego responding to this? Because it's important to be okay with not being great at something, and if you're here and looking at how to do things, then you're somebody who is aware that there's so much more to grow and so much more to learn, and that's true for everybody. It will constantly be true, and even so, when you find and have your message to give, and when you're ready to give it the way that you are, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm partly why I want to do this is because I know that there's something within everybody, and I would love to be able to be that person. I would have needed to be able to offer you a support that you can, really wants the best for you, and you can come onto this channel, and when you're wondering what to do or where to go, or to listen to the meditations and things that I'll be uploading as well. So I really wanted to create that space for you here. Say no. Another good way to know is what you're about to do, is it going to expand you, or is it going to contract you? On the larger sense of things, am I going to be expanding myself, my consciousness, what I understand, what things as I know it, or will I contract myself and have to then find a way to untie that? So if it's an experience that you can see that on that type of a scale, then you should allow yourself to say no, or to say yes, even if it's a little scary or a bit uncomfortable. Like when I first learned to rock climb, I was petrified of heights. I'm not saying I've got that down, but petrified. So there's definitely a whole lot of my body saying, oh no, the whole time you're trying to learn how to do this. So there's that balance again between pushing that line and listening to yourself. Okay, so here is another big one. It's 4 on this hand, 4 on this hand. It's not 8, it's just 4. All right, so this is believe someone when they are telling you who they are, when they are showing you who they are. Believe someone when they are showing you who they are. When their behaviors, when the way they act are telling you who they are, even if it doesn't line up with the words, even if they're not able to perceive it, even if they are misperceiving you, if they are assuming something about you, if they have made a story and created something about you, it is not your job or duty or responsibility to untangle that. I am not saying to just, be cruel, but anybody here would know that, right? Anyone here who's highly sensitive or empathic would understand. It's about actually the process of giving yourself that space. It is not your duty because you can see it. If they are showing you something, don't give them but they could have, but they could be this person, but they've done this other good thing, but this, if somebody's showing you, trust that. And then take the actions to uphold the value system you would want on anybody else for yourself. Uphold that for yourself. Because when you hold that value system and you continue to make steps towards that, you will be building an inner confidence, an inner unshakable confidence. And confidence is different than arrogance, right? So confidence is when you look to give from what you gain, right? Arrogance is when you look to get and gain, and just for the benefit. So there's a different energetic feeling happening with that. So if somebody, let's say, so somebody in your life has demonstrated, let's say you needed something from I'll go with a story of mine where it's like I'm asking someone a landlord to take care of a problem, this thing's happening, but they blow me off, they're not talking to me, they find another excuse, they go da. That's somebody telling you they don't care. It doesn't matter what their actions are. It doesn't matter if they go and stand and do this thing that seems noble, if they're at a rally with a poster board, but for years they can't give you a time of day in order to actually do something for your health. That's somebody not caring. It doesn't matter how it's blanketed so you listen to yourself. If somebody's exhibiting a behavior, trust that. So if they're saying one thing, being another way, if they're demonstrating two different characters, they might be attempting to manipulate your reactions to things. So remember that your being centered is so important to you being able to access and maintain your gift. And your gift is something the world wouldn't want you to miss the opportunity in presenting. So when you are able and you feel strong enough to make that change or make that move, you have the support of so many people out there. Even if you feel alone right now, you are not. So you make that choice that will benefit the highest soul version of you, the thing that will allow you to make those steps and make those changes and become the person that you are on your way to be, and the person that somebody who loves you will be able to see that it is you, will be able to see that soul level person in you. So make sure you find those people to be in your life as well. All right, so another huge practice would be meditation. So this is a process to allow you to process. It is allow you to witness. Meditation at a deep level is a connection to divine, and it is a high level of focus and concentration. And that is something that is learned over time with meditation. And the more time you do it, the more you are able to actually harness more of the energy available to you, to tap into that, to clear it. And so this is like as if you were going to learn martial arts. You don't get a black belt right away. And sometimes the process of getting there can be painful. Sometimes when you meditate, it's just showing you exactly where you are. And sometimes that does not feel good. Sometimes that feels like a punch in the gut. And that is okay. This is our journey, and we cannot start and begin and take the steps to get where we are going until we sort of recognize where we are so that we can take that next step. And so sometimes it's a difference. It's not wallowing, it's allowing. It's allowing yourself, giving yourself that space to breathe and to be and to witness. And as you practice that and build that ability, you'll be able to carry that more throughout your day. And that will become a larger deciding, navigating factor of how and when and where you choose to be. All right. So, beautiful souls, I thank you so much for tuning in and allowing me to share this with you. I hope that it's helped. Please let me know. Give me a like if this has helped you, or please subscribe as well. I'm excited to share you even more on some of what I was just speaking about, like protecting your energy and meditation. So please stay tuned for that and hit that like and subscribe button. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, or if you are an empath, or there are other practices that you have integrated, or if this is working for you. Please let me know. Let us know in the comments. I would be excited to hear from you, and I'll look forward to next time. All right, beautifuls. I love you. Peace in. Peace out.